Hello.
Hello. Come over here.
Uh-huh.
Come here. Say hi over here. Look.
Wait, is it? Wait,
It's a candle.
candle?
Or say hi.
Hi.
No. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Right there. Hi, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I look ugly right now, so I'm not going to talk much. I'm going to start doing makeup so I can look a little bit better. So, I've had a very, very long day. I went to a doctor's appointment to do some treatment for my surgery adhesions. And while I'm doing some treatment that I'm doing, I am also doing therapy. Like, I'm overlapping them to save time. It's hard to explain, but I'm literally like laying there doing some treatment on my stomach area. And while I'm laying there, I am getting therapied. So that's not only productive, but it's been very, very helpful. Today was actually my first day of kind of like therapy. That was interesting. Definitely interesting. It was very, very hard for me to find a therapist because, I mean, obviously right now everybody's starting to understand mental health a little bit better and deal with it a little better as well. And after all the stuff we've just been having on, I feel like everybody needs mental health help right now. But not only that, I also wanted to find somebody that was good. And it's gonna sound a little bit arrogant if I say this, but I'm very good. This is not necessarily a good thing. I'm saying this as an issue. I'm very good at intellectualizing things and trying to make sense of them and understand them and pretending that that is the same thing as feeling and healing things. And that's not the same thing. I wanted somebody who could see through that in a way, who wouldn't just want to teach me knowledge, but would want to give me tools that I can use to get out of my head and be able to heal. Because like I said, I'm very good at just intellectualizing things and just understanding them, but that's not really enough, and especially not when it's somebody and especially just not, it's not ideal for someone like me, because understanding and breaking something down is not the same thing as doing, and it's not the same thing as experiencing. It is really just knowing it. And knowing it is not the same thing. So I'm really good at understanding things like in a textbook, but not necessarily in real life experiences. So I needed somebody that could help me with that. And I found somebody. Oh my gosh, they're good. They're very good. And they did explain that to me about how I need to get in touch with my body and get out of my head a little bit, you know? So that's really what I'm working on, or what I'm supposed to be working on for this week, is feeling safe inside my body, which is definitely interesting. And my homework is literally to touch my body, like to just communicate with my body a little bit more and ask my body questions and be in tune, just be more in tune with my body and aware of it and listening to it, so to strengthen the communication between my mind and body. And that's what I'm working on. I just know I found the right people. I found the right person, you know? And I'm really glad. It was one of those things where I don't know if I manifested it or I asked for it. You know, I guess I did manifest it. I just wanted that. The way that I found them was very interesting. And it was just the perfect person, perfect timing, just everything just worked out. And it's somebody who's so incredibly open-minded, and it's not just going by one type of therapy. It's not just like a textbook one. They're very, very open-minded people. And he was just talking to me about, you know, how once I learn to communicate with my body will respond and speak to me in visual images or words or sounds or things like that. So literally the goal is for my body to respond to me and for me to listen to my body. And that sounds pretty cool. That's the kind of stuff I like. I like stuff that's real. I don't know how to explain it. I hate just like surface level stuff. It really does nothing for me. I feel like I'm too observant of the surface level and where it comes from, and like I hate pop psychology. I mean, I don't hate it, but I mean like I can see right through it, and it kind of bothers me more than I find it helpful. I think I'm just not a fan of like pop psychology or the mainstream way of doing things, and just this approach that psychology takes, like pop psychology takes, which is very neat and pretty, and like it's so easy, and like there's just one layer of it, when really when it comes to mental health and spirituality and everything, and the body, it's also intertwined, and there's so many layers to it, rather than just it being black and white and easy to figure out. Once you do this, you get this, and it's not that easy. I really don't believe it is. I think that there's so many layers, and I only want to approach it if I'm going to get to the depth of everything, or at least as much as I'm able to. Like I said, I don't want to just surface level stuff, you know? I need to go deep. I need to go deep because my wounds are deep, you know? So I need some deep healing. He also recommended a book for me to read that is called The Women Who Run with the Wolves. What did I say? The Women Who Run with the Wolves. And I just looked into the book, and it looks like it's about something called the wild woman archetype. And I listened to maybe the first 15 minutes of the book, and it looks like it's going to be about getting in touch with femininity, but like primal femininity, in the sense of what our mind, body, and spirit were really meant to do here on this earth, and undoing some of the programming and conditioning that we have been subjected to for years and years and years, and like breaking free of some of those things. And that sounds interesting. I really want to read that book now, so I'm gonna read it, and maybe I'll do a review on it, or not a review, maybe like an overview of it. Yeah, I'll do a book report on that book. If anybody's read it, let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. I never do my eyebrows first. I don't know why I just did that. I'm not gonna lie, embracing the wild, it's not wild in the sense of like we know the word wild. It's more like wild, like a wild flower that's just the way it is in the world. Like wild as far as like a wild animal, like how an animal is in its natural habitat in the wild. So wild in the sense of being in our natural habitat. That's what I think it means by wild. So although I would love to embrace that, and I want to, it is a little bit scary, because society has taught us that women have a certain place, and you definitely get judged if you overstep that, you know? It's just challenging as a whole to be a woman, and to be a woman that doesn't go by the normal society rules or standards that have been put in place. It's definitely challenging. For some reason, I feel like everyone judges women judge women, and men judge women. And that's always been something that I've struggled with, where it's a little bit heartbreaking, because I've always noticed the differences. I've always noticed, ever since I've been growing up, it's just something that I've always been very observant of, is how I get treated differently because I'm a woman. One of the main ways that I remember like feeling down about not recently, but maybe like in the last couple of years, just noticed how when it comes to being funny, or when it comes to making jokes, people really don't take it the same. A woman and a man can say the exact same joke. If the man says it, it's funny, they laugh, they think not much of it. And if a woman says it, it's like, how could she say something like that? Like, what's wrong with her? Why would she say that? They take it seriously, for one. And this happens to me a lot because I speak in hyperbole. If you don't know what hyperbole is, it's like an over exaggeration, but as a joke. Like, it's not real. I'm not actually exaggerating. It's like an over dramatic exaggeration to be funny, or to poke fun of it, or to be ironic. And it's just the way that I speak. Like, it's similar to saying like, oh my gosh, I'm starving. but you're not literally starving. You're just very hungry. And you're just saying that to emphasize and to somewhat poke fun of what you're talking about, you know? So I can't speak that way, or I can speak that way, but I just get judged so differently. People take it completely wrong. I have found people that like take offense, and I don't mean like people that are jerks and out to get me. I mean like regular people, like other women in my life that just take something that I'm joking and feel somewhat offended. So I've had to kind of just get used to that and try not to over explain myself, because it's exhausting to try to explain my personality or the way that I speak to somebody who doesn't get it. I have like this deadpan joking thing that I do, and I know it's probably dumb, but hey, like, traumatized people use comedy to get by. And I don't mean like I'm sarcastic, like I'm like, oh, you're ugly, haha, just kidding. That's not what I do at all. Like, I don't usually offend people. I mean, I'll say something like, oh, you guys are having a party over there, if there's like 5 people, and they're like, no, we're not having a party, this is just 5 people. And like, it was a joke. I don't literally think you're having a party. I just say something like, oh, it's a party over there. And I've said that to somebody during the pandemic, when you weren't supposed to have more than like 5 people, as a joke. Like, the government thinks that 5 people is a party, it's a joke. And then somebody was like, no, we're not, it's not a party, why would you say that? It's like, I didn't literally say you're having a party, it's a joke. But I don't know, people just don't get it. And I don't need them to think I'm funny. I just need them not to think that I'm a shitty person for making jokes or saying things. And then I have a brother who's very, very funny. He's way funnier than me, that's for sure. And if anything he says, like anything like that, because he speaks very, very similar to me, it's really funny. And people just think of him as just this funny guy. And he definitely doesn't get those judgment. In fact, it's so endearing, you know, because it's coming from him. He's funny and he's endearing and he's sweet. And people love that he makes them laugh, because they laugh, because they think he's funny when he speaks in hyperbole. So I've just noticed the difference in how people act so differently. And I know that's because we all have very, very high standards for women and how their women are supposed to behave and act. And we expect a lot. Even us women expect a lot from women. I think overall people really expect women, for example, to be warm and embracing almost of other people. Like, it's expected of us to be nurturing and
What doing?
doing my makeup. So I'm gonna talk about my aunt again. I always talk about my aunt, the one that I grew up with, kind of being like a mother figure, but she's not that much older than me. But she's always been there for me as a mother figure, as much as she could be. So my aunt has this outwardly personality that doesn't come off as feminine in society standards. Her job, she's a welder, like literally a welder. She's like an actual welder, welding the skyscrapers in a big city. And she speaks like she's an iron worker. And she's always spoken like that. She doesn't really beat around the bush. She doesn't really kiss people's ass. She just speaks honestly and bluntly, and not rudely, in my opinion. I don't think she's rude. She speaks like a guy, in a sense. Like, just getting to the point, and also with bad words. Just like any iron worker man. The way that people perceive her is like this aggressive person, and she's not. If you really get to know her, she's a big softie. She's afraid of scary things. She doesn't like
What doing?
I'm trying to make a video and talking to the camera.
Camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Mommy, yeah, camera too.
You like the camera too?
Yeah.
Okay, say hi and then go. Hi.
Hi. Wow, a candle.
A candle, yeah.
It's white.
It is white.
It's white here.
Yes.
It's white here.
Okay, you ready to go to bed?
No.
You ready to go to bed? Come back here. Come back here.
No. Wow, it's here.
Go to Sammy. See what Sammy's doing in his room.
Okay.
So, I don't know how much that I've got because my son keeps interrupting me. But basically my aunt is not perceived as warm and embracing and very feminine, and that has cost her some friendships and some judgment, which sucks. That's caused her some judgment, which sucks because she is actually a very feminine person. She enjoys cooking, she enjoys caretaking, she dresses very feminine when she's not working. She loves dresses and high heels, and she has long, beautiful hair, and she's a strong woman. She looks very feminine, in my opinion. So even that, looking very feminine and having the personality, I think is part of what throws people off. But I think it's just people that are really judgmental and are expecting women to be a certain way. And I also know that she's found herself challenged a lot more by men that are uncomfortable with another woman being in that position or being in a higher position than they are. I think men find that challenging, and I just know that it's been a little bit challenging for her, but she's definitely, it's like she's had to prove herself and her worth even more than a man because she's a woman. And so in her profession, like, she literally became the best because she has to be the best in order to get almost the same amount of respect as any other mediocre man in that position. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean about the pressures that are put on us by society. Does anyone know where I was going with that? Does anyone know? I forgot already. I think I was just talking about how that's kind of why I'm excited to read this book about women who run with wolves, because I want to embrace that, and I want to leave the people behind that are judgmental of women and not have them in my head stopping me from becoming the person and the woman that I want to become. I hope that makes sense. That's one thing that I've been working on maybe for the past 3-4 years, is trying not to explain myself so much to those people that are judging me, because it's exhausting to explain yourself. Like, especially when you're trying to make a joke. Like, imagine having to explain that you're just joking. But I don't mean like offensive, rude jokes. I mean just like exaggerating. I sort of feel like I'm just complaining. Am I complaining? Am I just sitting here complaining to you guys? Is that what this channel is? Is that all I am? Is just a whiner? I just realized I forgot to bring bronzer.
Mommy, what doing?
Doing my makeup.
Yeah?
I just applied some eyeshadow as bronzer.
What doing now? What doing?
Just doing my makeup. What are you doing?
I play toy and you're a
You're
big,
playing?
you're a big Bobby.
Okay, have fun.
And Bobby, fun.
Okay, have fun. Bye.
Bye.
What's up with that laugh? So if you have any tips on empowering your femininity, let me know, because I am going to be working on that. I was sort of on a path where I was wanting to be softer, and I feel like I've been trying to become softer because with ADHD, I'm doing my makeup. What are you doing?
I played.
Oh yeah?
What? Wow, I.
Pink.
Yeah, cool pink. Wow, a pink eye. Cool pink eye.
Yeah, pink eye.
Cool pink eye?
Yep. Cool
Okay.
pink eye.
Yeah, cool pink eye.
Yep. How ironic. I didn't mean to do that, but I am putting on pink eyeshadow while I'm talking about femininity. Nice. This was an accident, but a happy accident. Happy little accident. I meant to do this pink eye. I saw Amy Glam doing pink with rose gold. I don't have rose gold, but that looked really cool. So I just wanted to do some pink on the eyes. I may have gone too far. I may have gone too far here. but we'll see how this goes. I've really gotten out of the habit of doing my makeup super like clean and crisp. As much as that looks amazing on camera, as much as that looks amazing, especially for, okay, can I have some space? Nobody gives me space. As much as super clean cut, beautiful crisp makeup looks on camera, I mean, I just don't want to have that vibe. I don't know how to explain it. I'm over that perfected look. I like the little bit undone and real. I like to look real. I don't like to I don't even want to set those standards for myself. I don't even want to set the standard high for myself, you know? I just don't think that that's reality, or that's what real life looks like, that clean cut look, you know? So I want to go for a more gold. I meant more rose gold inner corner. These Aether Beauty palettes are really something. They're very pigmented and good. Like they're really good for being natural, non-toxic, you know? They do the job. They really get the job done well, in my opinion.
My TV.
What's wrong with your TV?
I don't know my TV here.
There you go. You're welcome. I really feel like this look would benefit from some eyelashes, but I don't need to wear eyelashes. Eyelashes are definitely doing too much, you know? Alright, so I just kind of finished up the look without talking much.
What do you know?
Just doing a makeup. Do you like it?
Yeah.
It's pink.
And
What
pink?
color is it?
I know.
What color is on my eyes?
A pink.
Yeah.
A pink. Cool. I got pink?
Yeah. If you want for the next video, you can do my makeup next video, okay?
Yeah.
You want it ready to go Mimi's?
No.
Let's go Mimi's. Peace out. Alright, so I just kind of finished doing my look and I kind of stopped talking because I kept getting interrupted. I don't know how I look. Honestly, like, I don't have a mirror besides that tiny little one. So this might look okay, this might not. I haven't done makeup in a long time, especially not something this bold. So thank you guys so much for watching. We will definitely keep opening up this because I thought it was going to be so much easier to just start to open up about all of these subjects, because I'm like, I don't care, I'll talk about all of my traumas and issues, but it's a little bit harder. One, because I don't know who's watching and if anybody's resonating with it, and then two, I'm not as willing as I thought to open up about my traumas. I think I'm getting comfortable with the idea as I go, and I'm trying to balance not oversharing with opening up and being vulnerable, because I do want to be vulnerable and open and see if I can help somebody by doing that, or even just myself. But I also don't want to just be an oversharer where then I feel anxiety or guilty for oversharing. So I'm trying to walk that line without overdoing it, you know? So anyways, we will definitely touch more on some of these topics. So I'm sorry if this video was a little bit all over the place. What else is new? I'm always all over the place. I'm literally all over the place. So that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.
We're doing
I'm doing makeup.
makeup?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
It's white.
Yeah, it's white right now, but it's gonna get better.
It's better?
Yeah. You gotta say hi right there. Hi.
Hi.
Say Carmen is my mommy.
Call mommy. Wow.
That's a candle. It's fire.
It's fire?
Yeah, you can't touch it. It's hot.
Hot?
Yeah, too hot.
Too hot?
Yeah, too hot.
Yeah.
Too hot.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello.